Hi there, I hope you're all doing well. This week I finished painting up the Beastman wizard for Age of Fantasy Quest. They were black and white zenithally primed, and I started with hull red for all of the robes. This colour scheme is going to look a little bit more evil than I probably should do, but it just adds a bit more lore to some of these heroes instead of just generic hero looking. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You could also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. To get the mid-tone for the red up now, I went over the bulk of the clothing again with Scarlet red. This just leaves the darker colour around the edges and in the recesses. Finishing off the red robes, I used Demon Red to bring up the edges and the tops of the folds. With all of the red finished now, I grabbed Plague Brown and get all of these skin base coated. Getting a quick highlight onto the small amount of skin, I used sand yellow and just brought up some of the sharper edges. Now for the longest part, all of the trim, wrappings and hair get base coated with Doom Death Black. To get some variation into the black now, I use Dungeon Stone Grey just to bring up all of the parts of the trim between the rivets. Pushing some of the highlights a little further on the trim now, I grabbed medium sea grey and just pushed the edges and uppermost parts. All the remaining non-metal parts now get base coated with reddish grey. Starting to bring up the wood grain and the edges of the book, I went over them with warm grey. For the corners of the book and the top of the grain on the staff, I grabbed a grimy grey and just added these parts up. There are some feathers I didn't notice on the staff, so I grabbed Craven yellow and just added in a quick highlight to separate them out. Getting all the metal parts done now is plate armour. I was thinking of adding some gold to this, but I decided it didn't really fit the theme that I was going for on this mini. Moving on to the washes, I start off with a thin down light tone wash over the skin and wooden parts. Finishing off the washes, I used a thin down dark tone wash over all of the black and the red. This helps just fix those messy lines between the trim and the robes, but do make sure to come in and pick up any parts that are pulling too much, as it will just ruin the robes. I neglected the base on this one, so as with my other quest minis, I used burnt umber all over the base. And that will be it for the Beastman Wizard. Finishing the base off, I just added some muddy ground texture paste and a few grass tufts. This just puts it in the same environment as the other quest minis. If you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the comments below. You can also join Discord using the link in the description, where you can share anything you have been working on. As always, if you want a closer look at this mini, check out my Instagram page. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Most importantly though, be kind to each other.